Okay, we back. Sun's coming up. I seen a bad guy coming. Where'd he go? He fell in a hole. Is there a hole down there? There was a guy there. You saw him. Okay, so it seems like I am getting a little bit closer. I'm gonna head west, young man. Alright, so the next question for Generikb. Where do you get your inspiration for your builds? So this is a great question. When it comes to like redstone contraptions and all of the like kind of general like the ideas, they just come out of my head. Usually when I'm going to the bathroom or taking a shower, or if I'm like laying down in bed, I usually put a pad of paper next to my head, because like I'll lay down and it's when you are, we're in a bed. Oh, there we go. It's when you like kind of relax. Oh, I see a tree with stuff on it. Snow. We got some snow. That is when the brain juices flow, right? And so that's usually how it happens. Just like I mentally go, I gotta think of something funny, something goofy, something kooky. Like, what is it? And then my brain just goes, what if you made, like, I wanted to have an item moving system that was all nothing but donkeys and minecarts that you could move around back and forth and just open them up. Just weird things. That's kind of how I roll. I wanted to see. I can't remember. I don't think this is the biome where the podzol comes from. But oh baby, ho ho ho. Well, we found it. But yeah. So then once I get an idea, like if it's structural type of stuff, I will use like Google image search. So like the plantation, I wanted to find like I knew I wanted a plantation. A true artist can just sit there and be like, okay, I envision this in my head. This is what I'm gonna do. But for the most part, a lot of people, even artists. Here's the pack dice. Let's see if I break it with a normal pick. Nothing. Silk touch, I get it. Okay, cool. We're gonna get us a buttload of this. And it looks like there's a bunch of it. So we don't really have to worry about taking people's stuff too much. I want to have enough. I'll probably get a few of these. So this is perfect. So now I can talk while we walk. But before I do, let's kind of look around, just so you guys can get a good view of what this is. Look at that tower one, man. That's so cool. I like this. This is very nice. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, like some artists, they don't need references or anything, and some do. And for normal people like you and me, it's easy. Like I looked around for the Swamp Plantation. I happened to find one from Disney's Princess and the Frog, and oddly enough, that one is modeled after an actual plantation. I can't remember what it's called, but it's in Louisiana somewhere, so it worked out perfect. So little things like that. I use Google Images a lot. How much do you enjoy conventions and meeting your fans? I love them. Especially ones where I can meet a bunch of my fans. So I've been to PAX, and I've been to VidCon. VidCon was really nice, because I got to talk to some people at YouTube. So it was a little bit more like industry focused. Like I went there as someone wanting to know more about my industry and getting contacts through that. And so that was really beneficial. I've been to PlayOnCon, and that was one where there wasn't a whole ton of fans, but they were, you know, not a lot, but a good amount of YouTubers. Like Guude was there, and Joe Hills, and Lucklin, and Wolf, and Aurelian, and stuff. So, like, that was, I Am Spoon was there. That was a lot of fun. My favorite, though, my absolute favorite is Minecon. And that's because that's where my fans are. And it is such an amazing experience. I wonder how deep this goes. That's what she said. It's so, like, I won't say humbling, because everybody uses that. That's like the catchphrase everybody uses, right? It is mind-blowing and invigorating and energizing to have someone come up to you, a physical person come up to you and be nothing but smiles and be like, I watch your videos all the time. And like, you're the best or whatever. It's not an ego stroke. It's like just so cool to know that we're affecting people's life. Like, we're entertaining people and affecting people, because people will come up and, you know, they'll be like, I remember we had the meetup in Chicago, in Schaumburg, with me and B-Dubs, the BT meetup. And, you know, there were people there that were saying, like, hey, they suffer from depression and we're considering suicide, which, never do that, folks. Life is worth it. Any bad stuff is temporary. What did, I think NVIDIA quoted, somebody said, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem, which I think is very, very good. Very good way to say it. But anywho, just to be able to, like, shake people's hands and just hang out a little bit with them is my favorite. I feel like when I'm done with that, when we went to Minecon last year in Paris, I came back and I was like, I'm ready to put out 10 episodes a day. I'm just so, cause as a YouTuber, you know, we look at our numbers and stuff like that, and that's kind of, after a while, that's kind of what they are. They're numbers. Like, you kind of forget, wow, that really goes down. You kind of forget that each one of those numbers is a person. And sometimes they're kids, and sometimes they're 60-year-old women. And that's what's so cool. We got people from Germany, you know, and Brazil and Japan and all around the world. It's just so crazy that we have such a widespread thing. So, and to have all those people come together, and I'm gonna dig this one out and then we done. As much as I want to just sit here and mine pack dice all day long. Oh, I gotta save my silk touch, baby. Okay, so what's the next? So we've reached that. So now the random questions. We're in the random parts now. If I could be on a game show, what game show would it be? So, funny you asked that. And part of me almost feels like you already know the answer. I was on a game show. I was on Let's Make a Deal, which is, it was a show like from back in the 70s that they revamped. And Wayne Brady, the guy from Whose Line Is It Anyway? He hosts it. And it's one of your cheese ball, like, do you want $800 or what's behind door number 2 type of, you know, things. It's like a really cheesy version of not Wheel of Fortune, Price is Right, for those guys who know what Price is Right is. And so, boy, this is gorgeous. Man, oh man, how many I got? Let's go for, let's take on one more guy, and then we'll travel on. Cause this, whew. So I'll make this long story not quite so long. My wife and I, we went on vacation, and usually we go somewhere kind of exotic, Japan or Thailand or something. But this one, I think we might have either had been of limited funds or limited time, something. And so we went to San Francisco and LA. And it started at San Francisco first, and had a good time there. I like San Francisco. It's a pretty nice place. I like eating different types of... Oh, excuse me. I like eating different types of food. And so is my wife. And so, we're not the type that we go somewhere and we're like, okay, where's the McDonald's? We're for sure not like that. Sorry for all this glass breaking sound. So I found a place nearby our hotel that served Filipino breakfast. And I'd never had Filipino food, the food of the people of the Philippines. And it got good reviews, so I was like, oh, let's go try that out. And it was a total hole in the wall, and we were kind of late because when we go on vacations, we're not really early risers or anything. And so we go in and eat the stuff, and we get and then it was okay. It was pretty tasty, sort of. And then we go walking around, and then an hour later. Ooh, the sun's down. Okay, I'm done collecting stuff. Let's just walk around now. And then an hour later, my stomach does this and I go, ooh, I think I need to go to the bathroom. And my wife's like, okay. Wow, there's so much. Considering I just broke 2 of those and got that many, I don't think we have to worry about people destroying these things too much. 2 or 3 minutes later, my wife's like, ooh, I have to go too. And so we're like, all right, let us find a bathroom. Now, usually when you're in a city, bathrooms aren't exactly, just right around every street corner, right? Usually places don't have public restrooms and whatnot, but we went to a Starbucks, and because it was in the city, and there is a pretty high amount of of homeless people in San Francisco. They've got all the bathrooms on lockdown. You have to have the key and the code and all this stuff. So ooh, I bet that. Oh no, there you are. Hi. And so, I can't remember who went first, but it was one bathroom with a key, and my wife and I played the game of tag team toilet for a long time, and people were trying to go to the bathroom, and I would look at them and I would go, "You don't want to go in there. This is not a place for you." And they were like, oh, and they could just see I was all green and sweaty. It was just the worst. It was the worst scenario. So we were laid out for 3 days. Completely ruined the rest of our San Francisco trip. And we were gonna rent a car and go down whatever that really famous highway is that goes down along the coast. We were going to rent a car and go down that, but we were both like, that is not for me, baby. So we got a impromptu plane ticket and flew down to Los Angeles. And we were like, okay, so what can we do? After 3 days, we were finally like, all right, I think I can leave the hotel, without feeling like I need to be chained to the toilet. And it's a really pretty hill. So round. You so round. And you coming in the water after me? Oh, do you hear my stomach? And so we decided that, hey, we're in LA. This is where you can go and sit and watch some game show or talk show or some TV show being recorded. live in front of a studio audience, right? Come here. And so we looked around, and the only one that was available at the time was Let's Make a Deal. So we go in there and we find our costumes, and because people dress up in costumes for that show, and those are the ones who get picked if you're wearing a costume. And you can choose, like, it's a long process before you actually sit down. I mean, I think it was like 3 hours of waiting, and they're like, okay, who wants to be, who's okay with being picked to do the show? And hello. And so, so you go, yeah, and then that way you go in a different line, and you wait on stuff. Oh, yeah, thank you. Woo. And then they have a little costume shop there. So if you didn't bring a costume, which we didn't, we were tourists, if you didn't bring a costume, you could go buy one. And so, we picked out the stuff, and then sure enough, I guess, then they kind of interview you in groups. And they ask you, like, where you're from, and, oh, hell, look at all them. You will not take me alive. Hell no. Woo! No? Or you will, won't you? Nope, we're in bad ways. Oh, do you know I'm here? Oh, somehow they forgot. There was a blip in the matrix. Did that sheep? Oh, that sheep died from a cactus. And so during the interview, I guess, I mean, come on now, listen to me, right? I'm pretty entertaining. And so, they picked me, and I was like one of the last ones to be picked. And, oh, hi. And so, poop, I got a potion on me. Time to take a potion. Maybe not. I'll leave it. I'll go one more. I'll save it. Look at these sheep. Look at y'all. I got picked for the last one, and I'm up there, and it's live. Well, not live, but like a live studio audience, right? And so they don't really like spend a whole lot of time like prepping or anything like that. Like this is like kind of not low budget, but they record a few episodes at a time type of thing, right? And so they don't have a whole lot of time to be like, okay, and so we're gonna pick you, and this is how it works, and you're gonna stand here and look at that camera. They don't do none of that. They go, you sir, come on out. Like, are you ready to play? And I'm just like, yeah, I'm ready to play. And so my stomach. I had a choice. He was reading from somebody's diary, and hello village. He was reading from somebody's diary, and like maybe the announcer's diary, and he was saying stuff, and I wasn't paying attention. I was like, which camera do I look in? I'm looking around. I'm like completely. And so at the end, he goes, okay, who do you think? Like, what do you think's behind door number 2? And I was like, huh? I was like, I don't know. And he's like, well, what do you think? And I'm like, some kind of party stuff. And he's like, all right, so do you want what's behind door number 2, or do you want $500? And I was like, ooh. And I was like, door number 2. And he's like, 600. Nah, 700. Finally, he goes up like $800 or $900. And so I'm like, no, I like to party. I want door number 2. Am I going north, by the way? Oh, thank you. And so he's like, okay, let's see what's behind door number 2. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's everything bad. Die. Okay, run. Die and run. And so it ended up being, I won a whole man cave set. And it was like, I can't remember now if it was like $5,700 worth of stuff or $10,000 worth of stuff. I can't remember, but it was a pool table that transformed into a poker table and also a dining room table. So it was like a 3-in-1, but it was really nice. It wasn't like a cheap, cheesy one. A flat screen TV. I think it may have been like a 42, 47 inch. I got a full-size digital jukebox, so it looked like the old, like, kind of Wurlitzer jukeboxes. But it would you could connect stuff to it through a USB, which they gave me. They gave me hell! Why don't you not do that to me? You still coming after me? Nope, you're gone. Woo, scared. They gave me an iPod Nano, which at the time that was pretty awesome. Pretty awesome thing to have. $500 in iTunes credit, which I still have some. I've just been using it to buy apps and stuff, so I still have. I don't know. Like I think I'm almost out. I have like $20 or $25 left on it. But I haven't bought any music or any movies or anything with it. It's all been apps. Let's see what else. I'm saving the best one for last because I can't. Yeah. So maybe that was, and then the final was a kegerator, which is like a refrigerator that holds kegs of beer. And I was like, that's all I saw. I was like, woo, that's amazing. And so yeah, I won all that. Now it took like a year and a half before it actually shipped to me. And of course I had to pay taxes on all of it and stuff like that. I sold most of it because I didn't need it. So, made my money back on it and then some, got some free stuff. It was really funny. It was quite an adventure. Okay, let me see what the next, that was a long, did I say I was going to make that story short? You guys know me. How old am I really? I'm 38. Have I ever pooped in the wilderness? Yes, I have. I was on a boat, like a little boat in a lake, and I had to go so bad. Oh, there's a witch. Witchy witch. Hi, witchy witch. I like that there's witches out in the middle of nowhere now. It's pretty cool. Oh, there's 2 of them. And a creeper. Who knows about me? You don't know about me? Oh, is it sailing time? It's sailing time again. And so, there is... Here we go. Where does that go? Whoo. Okay, good. Sailing time? Am I going north? Okay, good. And so I really had to go. Like, it was real bad. There was no way around it. And so, I was like, well, I guess we could go to shore, but there wasn't any good place to put the boat on shore. So I had to just get in the water and poop. And I'm not proud, but boy, I had to. It was something. All right, so next question. Not much to dwell on that one. Why don't we hear your cat meowing in the background anymore? So he got changed. I think he meowed a lot because he had an overactive thyroid. And so he had to get that removed because it was causing his pancreas to make too much pancreas juice. And then we switched him from having little bits of wet food throughout the day to just dry food. And he's been a lot happier since then. Oh, hell. Man, hi. And now I get to swim to you. Ugh, fix your game, Dinnerbone. So yeah, he's a lot happier. So he's not like meowing for food all the time. And he's a little older. So I think maybe he's like, screw it. I'm old, screw it, type of thing. Who knows? But yeah, you're not meowing. Is there anyone you look up to personally? My dad. And I get a lot of my personality from my dad. He is super funny, super kind man. really, you talk to him, and he, oh, no boat for me. Where'd my boat go? And, I mean, he will not talk bad of anybody. Like, he is really just, he's one of those, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all type of guys. But really also just looks at the good in people, and he's super patient. Like, he's a hippie. He's a redneck hippie. And he used to do like a lot of yoga back in the hippie days, and he would stand on his head and fall asleep and all that stuff. Had this wicked handlebar mustache, like a Fu Manchu. I mean, like, he had a big Fu Manchu mustache. He was a badass. He was really cool, like a cowboy and a comedian and everything. Like, he is my idol. He still is. He's still alive. But yeah, that's, and even his flaws, because nobody's perfect. Even his flaws, he knows about it, and he owns up to it, and isn't proud of it. So that's kind of cool. And always has always talked to me in an adult way. It's like there's none of this like because I said so. He always would explain, the difference between right and wrong to me, and why something I did was good and why something I did was bad. So, yeah, for sure, my dad's he's the best.